I wanna take a little aside here and play around with ovals, filled ovals and patterns. I wanna draw a shadow under all of my dudes, and I'm gonna do it by modifying the draw dude function. So here I'm going to draw an oval fill. Oval fill, and oval fill takes oval fill x, y, 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 x0, y0, x1, y1, and a color, basically just the same as a rectangle, and instead of rectangling inside of these coordinates, it'll oval. So we want our dude x to be the left coordinate minus 1/5 scale. Or no, not minus plus. So I want my shadow. I'm just gonna copy this guy. So I want my shadow to be like a little bit in, kind of like take up this space, be an oval. And it'll look oval when he is really scaled, but it'll look like something else when he is teeny tiny, right? So I want to indent it 1/5 of the way, like from the left, and I'm going to do the same thing on the right. Okay, so oval fill, dude x, and then 2 times dude scale, and then on the y, we're going to take it dude y minus dude scale times I don't need the height of my guy, because I'm just drawing this on the floor, and that is basically dude y. So I just need to dude scale times 0.8 maybe. Or maybe 0.08. But wait, I'm not changing this into pixels yet. So scale, I need to multiply it by 8. Multiply by 8, so it's in pixel width, right? Times 8 times 8. And then I need to do the same for the other coordinates. That's dude x plus dude scale times dude width times 0.8, because that is the other side of my guy, 0.8, whereas this was 0.2 dude scale. Okay, and then I'm multiplying this by 8. I'm not multiplying it by 8. I also need to multiply by 8. Now this is redundant. When you're optimizing this stuff, you would probably want to like figure out what 8 times 0.8 is, but I don't care to optimize this right now, because you know, who cares? But you know, maybe that's a future me problem. I don't think it is. So dude.y plus dude scale times 8 times 0.08. And then we have to give it a color, and I'm just gonna pull all those colors out right now that I'm drawing on the world. So I'm just gonna use the shadow variable. I'm gonna go over here to the top of everything. Where's everything? I'm gonna define my colors. So this is where the dudes live. And over here I'm gonna put the color. So I'm gonna say shadow. Let's make it, whoops, not -1, equal to 1. Equal to 1. We're gonna say ground is 2 and sky is 3. And then I'm just gonna plug those guys in here. Clear the screen in sky color. We're gonna draw the wavy hills in our ground color. And then we're gonna draw our shadow here, oval fill, in the shadow color. Shadow, I already wrote it. Okay, cool. Let's see if that works. It does. Look at that. So it's a handsome shadow, and it works for all the guys. And the wolf is like, you know, scaled correctly to fit the underside of the wolf. Okay, that's cool, but I want actually the oval to have a fill pattern. Which kind of fill pattern do we want? This is rare, this is too full. So each one of these pattern looking ones correspond to different patterns that you can draw on the screen. And again, I used these before. Where is the, there we go. This is the one. Okay, it's shifted B. We've used these, the fill pattern before in the errors, but again, I did not remark upon the fill pattern. It's just like in the code. I was doing stuff, but you can pull the patterns out of these like predefined variables. Each one of these corresponds to a special number that corresponds to the pattern, or you can draw your own. And I recommend you look up in the documentation how to do that if you want to. But really, like all of these are kind of like handy, like different patterns you should try out. And again, just like the palette and transparency tool and the color or whatever, by leaving it empty, you're resetting it to a default. So anything that comes after it is not going to fall prey to the pattern. So now we have a dotted shadow. I like the way it looks. Let's try one of the different patterns. This one. Houndstooth shadow. All right. B. I like how the shadow is on top of the wolf, but it's not on top of Sned. It's all good. If this was something that like really bothered you, you know, like the fact that the shadow is not on top of Sned, but it is on top of the wolf, like, you know, maybe it makes sense because the wolf is behind him and he's like, you know, in his shadow, and the snake is in front of him and he's being illuminated differently. Maybe it's bugging you. You can create another function called draw shadow, and instead of putting it in here, all of this stuff, you can put it. Well, actually, let's do it. Let's just to demonstrate, because it's super easy. Function draw shad, and then I'm gonna pass the dude into it. We'll cut and paste all of this business, and we're using the same variable name between these two functions, so we don't have to mess with anything inside of here. So draw shad, and for each dude, draw dude. But then before we draw each of the dudes, for each of the dudes, I'm gonna draw shad. So now, you know, the shadows are gonna be there. They're gonna do all of the shadow business. They're pulling all of the data from the tables that we provided them, but we're just drawing all of the shadows first, and then we're drawing all of the sprites in order. Like now, Wolfie is not in the shadow. Shrink this guy, and the heels go way up. Let's temporarily undo all this business. So I'm just gonna comment out the other dudes. I just want Frosgo here for now. Okay. There's Frosgo. Now it looks cool again. All right, so we have talked about two different kinds of functions. Arrays, right, where you have your egg carton with numbered eggs inside it. We've talked about objects, which is your Frosgo object that has like a place in the world and a scale of its own and its own face and a bunch of other properties that we can define, all kinds of things. Attach a table that's its inventory, and you know, like, it's as easy as that. Like iterate over the inventory and print it out on the screen whenever you press a button. You know, the sky's the limit. The world is your limit. The sky is your oyster.